are back. Listen, my YouTube right now, a lot of pouch reviews. A lot of pouch reviews. The pouch reviews were doing pretty well for you, boy. So it started off as I was doing a bunch of like comic book reviews and then like vlogs in between. As of late, it's been a lot of pouch reviews, okay? I've been into the pouches. I quit the vaping. We're really into the pouches, and I'm very, very excited to get into this one. With that being said, before I start said pouch review, I want to shout out right here, right now, BSX Vapor, okay? BSX makes juice, like vape juice, but they also make pouches. Now, the link, obviously if you're watching this on Twitch, this isn't for you. But if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, the link to my first ever BSX pouch video will be in the description, okay? They saw the pouch video, they hit me up, they said, we want to send you the entire line of pouches and you can review them. Shout out BSX. I'm trying to be part of the family. I'll push BSX over anything for the rest of my goddamn life. Put on for your boy, okay? They make very good pouches. The review was very well. I think it was like a 7.5 for the grape slush flavor. Like I said, that video is linked in the description. Check it out along with my UPPERDECKYS pouch review, UPPERDECKYS / pouch Nurdz review, okay? That video is almost at 600. We're almost 700 now, okay? So it's been going crazy. It still gets views weekly. It's climbing up there. It's my most viewed video of all time. I think after that, I got a couple hundred view videos. I did the Riz pouches, R-I-Z, which was a couple hundred, 200 something. But that UPPERDECKYS pouch Nurdz review is my biggest, my best. Y'all love it. Thank you very much. If you don't know, Pouch Nurdz is my favorite pouch brand as of right now, until we work out the fucking finalizations with BSX. That will all change. No, I'm just joking. I'll still always push Pouch Nurdz. I think they're fucking great. I think they're fantastic. They check all my boxes. But that is not what today is about. Today is about your old man's favorite dip, okay? GRIZZLY. I was at the gas station the other day, and I said, are those GRIZZLY pouches? She's like, yeah, you didn't know they make pouches? And I said, no, I knew they made fucking tobacco-based pouches. Shit's dark, looks like they just put fucking straight long cut inside a pouch, and there you go. That's what I've always known GRIZZLY pouches to be. But she was telling me, no, these are right there. Check that out. Check that out. Bang. Okay. So GRIZZLY Wintergreen, one of the greatest dip companies of all time. There's nothing better than a GRIZZLY long cut wintergreen fucking hat lip inside. Like one of these. You know what I'm saying? I used to love dip when I was in high school. Now we're on straight pouches. Now we're going to review these. They have them in 3s, 6, and 12s, I believe. I've only found them in 12s, but per research, I believe they have them in 3s, and I'm almost positive they have them in 6s. So, with that being said, let's get right into this. Let's talk about the pouch size. Let's talk about the pouch feel, okay? The pouch feel is very soft. Not as soft as your BSX, not as soft as your pouch Nurdz. I'm trying to think of another one. Not as soft as the Riz pouches, but it is still very nice. It's a soft pillow, okay? Size, average, about average pouch size. You know me, I like a longer pouch. I like a longer pouch to fill this whole section. One here, and I like a fat pouch. Now, while these are filled relatively nicely, they're not like some ZYNs where you get them and they're flat. They don't feel like they're filled at all. They don't put any fucking, you know what I'm saying? These are filled pretty nicely, and the whole tin so far, this is my second tin, both of them have been pretty consistent. Every pouch is pretty much filled the same, feels the same, no offness there, which is with some brands, you don't get that. You don't always get that. So, the pouch size, we want it longer. The pouch fullness, we want it more full. But still, relatively, we'll just call it average. And nothing wrong with average, fellas. Nothing wrong with being average. So, we'll call this just your average standard pouch. Throw one up. Throw two up. I have the 12 milligrams right here. Okay, I got the 12s. You know me, I'm a 12s guy. 12s, 14s, I think. And I haven't done a review on these brands yet, but I've had kick it. Yeah, these are 14s. So eventually I'm going to do a pouch review on these, the KYKs. But that's not what we're here for today. We are here for the Grizzly. Off rip, you put them in, you get that Grizzly nostalgia. The moment you put it in, the way the wintergreen tastes, if you're not an avid dipper, if you're not an avid pouch user, you're not going to understand fully what I mean. But if you were to go get like a Kodiak or a Copenhagen wintergreen, toss those in for dip, and then you get a Grizzly wintergreen, toss that in for dip, Grizzly has a very distinguished wintergreen taste, flavor. I think it's why they're probably one of the more prominent brands, other than like pricing, which is we're going to get into. But off rip, the wintergreen flavor, the wintergreen taste, it's good. It gives me that good burn. I like it to stain a little bit. I like to put it in there and just be like, ooh, you know? I like it to fucking hit. So, this does pretty well. The flavor's pretty immediate. Usually I believe that if you got like a dry mouth or something like that, you gotta sip on some water a little bit, get that flavor activated, get the juices rolling, and then you really start to get the pouch flavor. This, immediate. Moment I put it in, I taste the wintergreen up there. It's fantastic. It's nostalgic to going back to high school and having long cut fucking Grizzly. So, with that being said, let's talk about price point. Price, it's kinda up there. I think these are closer where I am here in Maine. These are closer to like $8 a tin. Probably 7 and some change. Just a butt cheek under fucking 8 with tags. It's a little steep for you, boy, because you got to think, with me, you buy 2 of these, you're paying like $16. Pouch Nurdz, BSX, Kick. What's another good one? Pouch Nurdz, BSX, Kick. There's another one that I'm for, Riz. They're all $5.99 pouches. Okay, where I get them at the smoke shop, they're $5.99. That's for 20 of them. 20 comes in this, which is we like. We don't like this fucking ZYN 15 pouches in there. Gay. $8 for one of these. It's a little steep for me. They're not, I mean, I get it because you're getting the Grizzly name. You're paying for kind of the brand as well and what they've done for pouch and dip in general for the community. But $8, 2 of them, 16. You figured you could spend another $2 and get 3 tins of any of these other pouches I was talking about. So, price point takes kind of a hit on. Now, with that being said, I feel like the flavor of these pouches lasts longer. Some pouches say leave them in for an hour. Some say leave them in till you're satisfied. These ones will tell you... It says enjoy and discard when you're done. I think the flavor and the lastingness of these pouches are way longer than the majority of the pouches. I feel like I could have these in for 90 minutes to 2 hours and still feel like I'm getting what I want. You know what I mean? It's a little dampened towards the end, but I still feel like I'm getting everything that I need for longer when it comes to these Grizzly pouches, which is a definite plus. The flavor, everything, it just lasts longer. So, realistically, what would I score something like this? What would I score something like this? Not a long pouch, minus points. It's an average size pouch, but it's not long, so in my book, minus. Pouch fullness, we gotta take a little bit off. I like a full, I like a fat pillow right in the lip. I like it to fucking poke my lip out just a little bit. Flavor though, wintergreen flavor, the lasting of the flavor, the lasting of the effect, definitely puts this in the conversation. So where I would put a Grizzly pouch is, with the price point, I'm going to put them at like a 5.5, 6. You know, I think when I first started, it was so nostalgic. I was like, oh, these are 6.5, 7.5, like all day. But then I think about, you know, having BSX at like a 7.5, having Rizz pretty up there, even though their flavor doesn't last as long as I wish it would. And Pouch Nerd just being fucking the best at like an 8.7. So I couldn't put it that high, given the price point, given the pouch size. So I'm going to put these at like a 5.5, 6, which is, if it were all you had, if it were between these and fucking ZYNs, this is the way to go. I think ZYNs are just priced relatively at the same fucking thing, if not a little bit higher. Why are you going to go buy 6 milligram ZYNs for a larger price point for a lot less pouches when you could pay less money or relatively the same amount of money for 5 more pouches with different strength? You could get 12s and just rip one fucking 12 instead of ripping 2 6s. Or, you know what I'm saying? If you're somebody who just rips 6s, go get yourself some 6s, same price point, 5 more pouches. I rock with that. That's something I can get behind. So, we're going to call these a 5.5, maybe 6, depending on where you're from, depending on your access and availability of pouches. But 5.5, not bad. The only other flavor I think that they come in is tobacco flavor, is just your straight fucking, not tobacco based, but tobacco flavor. I'm good on all that. I have to double check. I think those are the only 2 that they have, and I think I'm straight on that. If I wanted a tobacco-esque pouch, I would just go get their tobacco-based pouches. Still get tobacco flavor with the wintergreen and all that. You're good to go. So bang. Grizzly pouches, we're going to put them at a 5.5. All right, not bad. If it's all you have available, fucking run it. They're good. They're nostalgic. You can give one of these to your old man, be like, oh, dude, remember when you used to fucking rip Grizzly like a motherfucker? Well, try one of these. And your old man's going to love it, you know? He's going to think this is a fucking 10 out of 10. So, shout out Grizzly, all right? Shout out you guys. I think these are pretty good, other than the price point, other than the pouch length, pouch fullness, a little couple of things we could tweak. Definitely, I'd rather have a more full pouch than a long pouch. So if these were just a little bit more full, I think they would be, these could be a 6, 6.5, easy, you know, maybe even a 7, depending on who you are. If you don't like any flavors or something like that, these could be an easy 7 for somebody. 5.5, Grizzly pouches, non-tobacco based, straight nicotine. We love it. Thank you guys. That was the last 2. I always do these reviews when my tin's almost empty, so. Shout out you guys. That's it for me. Simple video. If you're watching this on Twitch now, later, follow me on YouTube. I'm going to drop this on, today's Tuesday. I'm going to drop this tomorrow afternoon so y'all can see it. If you're watching it on Twitch, make sure you fucking follow me, because you get all the YouTube. I shoot a lot of my YouTube videos raw, uncut, right here on Twitch. Go live for a little bit. Put it up on YouTube. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Deuces.